This video is going to be really quick. It's just a quick little orientation and making sure you put your mannequin together correctly. The mannequin for HBS is going to be a huge tool, very important for us to use, so let's make sure we put it together correctly because we're going to be pulling it down from the shelf and putting it up there all the time, so we need to make sure it's nice and stable. First things first, you want to make sure that your mannequin, which is the body is already assembled, is put together well and is still tight. The hip joint in particular might be a little bit loose, so he should just be able to firmly stand up and not slouch or anything like that. Also, you want to check to make sure your mannequin is clean. The previous owner might not have put it away very well, so you're going to take your wire tool and a just wipe, a little cleaning wipe. You're going to put the wipe over top of the edge, the wire tool, and then you can use this to kind of fish into any of the little cracks. Like there's a little bit of clay up behind this guy's ear. You do that to your liking. You want to have a relatively fresh surface, so I'm going to go ahead and toss that to the side. Once my mannequin's clean enough, I have to figure out which side it should go on. My base has 3 holes. The center hole is not going to be used. It's only going to be these 2 bottom corners. Your mannequin is either a right side or a left side mannequin. And you want, whatever side mannequin you have, you want the pelvis to be facing the middle or the interior of the base. So if I'm only using those 2 bottom corners, my mannequin can only go in this way and still be facing. If these are the back corners, I don't want to be putting it here with a toe hanging off. That wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. So I want to put the mannequin so that this little hole in its pelvis can face the support beam, so it's going to be this side. So this little screw in there we'll take out in just a second, but now I know where I'm going, so I'm going to be putting the base on the other side. The first thing I'm going to do is take the screw out of this little collar, and since my mannequin's going in this hole, that's going to go in that side, and I'm just going to flip this over and screw that down. And that's good. It's okay to screw this down tight. Now that that's in place, the support beam itself can go in here, and this is kind of just sitting in here, so this can still twist around for all the adjustments we need to make. Now let's take the screw out of the bottom of the mannequin, and so he's going to go on the other side. Now before I go putting the screw in, I need to make sure these match up. These are relatively close, but I want to get the head of this screw to be able to go into this hole in the pubic symphysis. So also the mannequin foot should be covering this hole in the center, the one we didn't use. So I'm going to go ahead and twist that way, and that's going to give me the height we need to end up using here. So I'm going to say it's relatively close. It might be a little high, so I'm going to go ahead and lower this by twisting that down. One more. There we go. So now that that's in place, I'm going to go ahead and squeeze these 2 together and drive that in. I can tilt this to the side, and I can go ahead and screw the heel in. Now that everything's together, my mannequin's nice and sturdy. He's not wibbling or wobbling or anything like that, so he's good to go. The center hole is covered by the foot of the mannequin. My mannequin has kind of a diagonal orientation on the pedestal, and now your mannequin is nice and put together and ready to be used all year. So enjoy.